Right, so I realise I haven't actually told you what my plan is. It's all very well I'm moving countries and making Aliyah to Israel, but what is actually my plan when I get there? So basically, I've decided to do an Ulpan, which is a language course to learn to speak Hebrew, which is really common for people to do when they first make Aliyah. Personally, I think it's, you kind of need to learn the language of the country you're going to live in. Otherwise, actually, it's quite rude to just expect everyone to speak English, which, a lot of people do, which I'm very lucky and fortunate for. But actually, it's part of the whole excitement and the adventure and the challenge to learn a new language. So basically, as part of your Aliyah package, you actually get 500 free hours of Ulpan lessons. So you can sign up to these courses that are basically 5 hours a day for 5 days a week for 5 months. So I knew definitely that I wanted to be in Tel Aviv. Like, I've thought about it and I just was like, yeah, I want to be, that's the environment and the atmosphere I want to be in. So I had two options available to me. One was to do a residential Ulpan where you basically live on site and then study on site. And the other was to basically find a room to rent somewhere in the city and then go to a day Ulpan. So it's kind of like just going to school or whatever. So I looked at all my different options and weighed it all up, and basically in the end decided to do the rent a room and go to the day Ulpan. And there were lots of reasons for this. Main ones being that with the Ulpan Beit Brodetsky, which is the residential one, it's an amazing Ulpan and loads of people do it. It's actually it's really fun. Like, it's for single people who are or mostly young people who are under the age of 35. But basically you have to share a bedroom with somebody for the whole time. So, I mean, I'm very happy sharing flats. I've had flatmates like all the time, but I just felt that actually having a potential stranger in my bedroom for that amount of time, I thought, I don't think I'm going to do very well with this, and I don't think it's going to make me that happy. And anyway, so aside from that, the apartments are like quite old. They're not particularly the nicest apartments, and they don't have air conditioning. And I thought, oh my God, I'm arriving in June, July. It's going to be really hot. They're also a bit further out of the city centre. And the other thing is that the classes start at 8 a.m. And the Ulpan Gordon, which is the day Ulpan I was looking at, actually have classes that start at 1 p.m. Now, when I really thought about it, I was like, my Aliyah dream does not involve getting up and going to school earlier than I was going to work. This is like the one time in my life, like, I can actually have a few months of not having to get up early. So I was like, yeah, I'd rather do that and like go out at night to go for drinks and stuff and then sleep in. And it's not a holiday, as someone told me when I told them these were my thoughts, but it's just what I think I'll be the happiest doing, basically. Although it is much more financially difficult to rent your own room. Beit Brodetsky is actually really cheap accommodation, which is why it's kind of got all those things of no air conditioning and you're sharing a room with someone. But I looked at my savings. I've been planning this for like nearly a year, and I just thought, actually I can do it, rent a room on my own, and I'd rather just have the choice of where it's going to be, have a bit of privacy, be able to shut the door, and I think that would just make me the happiest. But I know lots of people who are doing Beit Brodetsky and who've done Beit Brodetsky, and what they say about it is actually you get this sort of real community and camaraderie, and you're doing everything with everyone together. Everyone's in the same situation as you. So I'm basically going to have to try and work everything out on my own, whereas I can see you get a much softer landing if you actually do a residential Ulpan. But you know what? It's all part of the adventure for me, and I'm kind of up for it, and it's a big, it's exciting. I'm quite happy, and I've got the time to figure it out. Basically, I've got a couple of weeks from when I arrive to when my Ulpan starts. So basically, I've got where am I actually going to be staying for the first 5 weeks is my friend Rebecca, who made Aliyah about 1.5 years before me and has been the most amazing support and talking me through everything and giving me loads of advice. She actually lives in Jerusalem currently, but she's moving to Tel Aviv on the 1st of August. And she's got a friend, Ruchi, who they've basically found a flat together. And Ruchi moved into the flat on the 1st of June. So they were looking for somebody to maybe like sublet Rebecca's room in the meantime. But don't tell anyone, because, they're not actually, I'm just, a friend staying for a bit. But basically, I've got Rebecca's room for 5 weeks. And I can use that time to find my own place and kind of work everything out. So it's kind kind of like a medium landing, not as soft as if I'd gone to Beit Brodetsky, but at least I've got Ruchi here. I've got a really nice room to start off with. So kind of that's my plan. Turn up, live in Rebecca's room for 5 weeks, sign up for the Ulpan, which starts 2 weeks after I arrive, and then look for somewhere to live full time, and then do the Ulpan and find a job, basically, and maybe find a part-time job while I'm doing the Ulpan, if that's possible, because lots of people apparently do that, and you're only studying for half a day, so maybe I'll look into that option as well. So the whole, do you know what? I don't really know what's going to happen. It is a plan. It's not a fully formulated plan, but it's a really good starting point, and I'm really excited about it. Wish me luck.